First play, second down.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 20-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
It's a party now. It's a party now. Take 4, take 4. Get up.
Here's Ryan. That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This is brought in at the 21. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10.
At their own 43-yard line.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Throwing is Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their 2nd down call is going to look like now.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
Alert 3, alert 3. Alert 3.
3rd and long. It's Newton. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
4th down.
Doug Patterson keeping the offense on the field. They're going on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the Falcons' 40-yard line.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Newton, he gets it to Thomas. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in the paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. Uses the spin. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
And now they have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
Mike, ready. It's been a long day for you. Show 39.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. Complete to Jones. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6. At the Panthers' 46.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
Big stop, let's go.
Now it's Ryan. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. This is McCaffrey. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
And it's third down.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Newton now to throw. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. In for the sack, Deion Jones. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback. Wait. Nickel. Check 52. All right,
off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Got his man there. It's Wallace complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here we go. 51, Sam. Hey, wait. Let's bring it. Switch it. Go. Check it out.
Now Ryan on 1st down. He's able to find Wallace. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 44-yard line.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Gun.
Now it's Ryan. Got a man. It's Patterson complete. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ryan now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Ito Smith, his 1st carry. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. 10-0, our score. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 19.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
And those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a
they?
little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, D. Watch, twin track. Twins. Tight dog.
To throw is Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brian Burns getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now the Panthers going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Good job.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Here we go.
Now Ito Smith, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. The kick by Fairbairn is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
We got this. First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Newton to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's got room. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. It's caught. Cooper. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked by Brandon Williams. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Cooper was the intended target. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Here's Newton. Forced out to his left. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Newton. He's got his man. It's Williams. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
And a Panther first down.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now Newton. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Back to throw, Newton. And this is caught, Amari Cooper. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Play action. It's Newton. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of...
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. K1 short with a sack. That's 315 pounds of man right there. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Ryan. Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. He's got room to run past the 20. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a 1st down.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
25! 59. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. He'll have a 1st down past the 40 and all the way up to the 45-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
On 2nd down, Freeman. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Channing, Mike 25. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Not today, you are. Hey, South.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a run on 1st down that won't even get back to the line of scrimmage. He will lose a yard, 2nd and 11. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
at the 40-yard line.
Ready? Watch two. Single receiver.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready? Hey, Tuesday. Hey, orbit. Strip the ball. Strip that ball. Hey, South. 54. Mike, 54. Go. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Gun. Wide motion. Right there. 50. Space. Right there. 50. Let him go.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, they really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Here's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 25-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up the first down.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be a second down.
Ready, Blue 80. 59. So don't say nothing. 21.
And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try.
58. Kill. Wait.
Ryan. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the air.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. but you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Draw play as Newton gives to McCaffrey. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Here's Newton. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by DeMonte Casey. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Intended that time for Cooper. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K'Wan Short picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Hey, sprint plans. Got it.
Ryan. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Being chased out left. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
40. That's it. Look at it. 45. Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. 20. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Switch.
Throwing here, Newton. And look at that, a diving catch. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Watch block, motion, block. Check 99, check 99.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. The safety, Keanu Neal, there to make the tackle. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Ready, 780, 46 to Mike. Switch.
third down. Here's McCaffrey. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and making an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Intended for Cordero Patterson. Incomplete. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Back to throw. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
One last shot for Ryan. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And that is going to seal this victory.